Greetings again. Today we're going to discuss the hazard report. We know you. We know that you're not enthusiastic about paperwork, and that's why SMS should be working for you. When you have an incident or an aircraft gets damaged or a person gets hurt, that's when the paperwork will really begin. But incidents or occurrences come from hazards, and if we can identify the hazards and mitigate them, then we don't have to do the paperwork associated with the occurrence or the incident. What we've tried to do is we've tried to design a hazard report form that will capture the details of the hazard in as simple a format as possible with little complication. So if you want more information on identification of hazards, then you should try the Skybrary website and also in your company SMS manual. There should be more information on that. Right, where do we find the hazard report form? Log into eSMS. I'm sure you've got your details. If you haven't, they're on your email there somewhere. Click on the big red button. We call it the big red button, and there in the middle is hazard report. Select hazard report, and the hazard report should load. Shouldn't take too long. There we go. It's loaded. Let's give it a title. The first one we're going to say is, I'm sure you've all seen this before, lions under the wing. And then what we're going to do is we're going to enter a description. There we go. I'm just going to enter some text quickly just to give the description of the hazard, and that should be it. That's the most that we need to do. The next thing that we need to do is we need to click on this yellow button here, and that will generate the ICAO risk matrix. Now, just as a little note here from the side, you should have been given information on your ICAO risk or your company risk matrix, which probably should be the same as this one. During your SMS induction, you should have been told the limits and the company profile in terms of risk acceptability and what sort of parameters to be using. That's another subject for another exercise. So all I'm going to do here is demonstrate how it works. Severity along the top, so we're going to select, is it A is worst, E is the least amount of severity. A will obviously include fatalities, E will include a stub toe or something like that. And then down the side we've got 1 to 5, which is probability. In other words, the probability of that risk breaking out and becoming an incident or an occurrence. Alright, let's give it a 4B for today. That's it. That's how simple it is to select the risk matrix. The only other piece of information that we need in this system for this to work is the date, because the date feeds back into the statistics system at a later point. So we select the date that we discovered the hazard. The rest of the information in the hazard report is all optional. I'll fill it in just for the sake of giving examples. The first one was the base involved. Your list of registered bases on your system will be there. I'm going to select the aircraft. All the registered aircraft on your system should be there. The coordinates, if you've got them available. So here we're going to enter the coordinates for your base. We're going to say 17 and make it 55 and 25, and we'll change that to south, and longitude will be 31, 06, 08, and we'll change that to east. We can apply that then. The location of the hazard, if you want to put that in there, we can go VHA, we can select the type of flying conditions we were found, result not found, that's fine, no problem there. Now here, as I said, this is one of the most important files. If you have any other information, especially photos of the hazard, a picture says 1,000 words. Select that and upload a photo into the system, because that will help us tremendously in our investigation. Alright, and we can give that a title as well. And we can go add risk. Guys, that took me, including all of the explanations and everything else, less than 5 minutes to load a hazard report. There's no excuse for not loading hazard reports. Do yourself a favor, save yourself, save a mate, identify the hazard, let's work on mitigating it together, getting rid of it, and we can save a life. Thanks guys, have a good day.